I finally got round to watching Bridget Jones' Mad About the Boy, and I'd say that it was generally worth the wait. I'm not the biggest Bridget Jones fan, by which I mean I've only seen the films once, apart from the first film. I think I've seen that a few times. So I'm not somebody who really, really loves the series and had specific expectations. I certainly haven't read the books. So that's worth bearing in mind, that I'm not the hugest fan, but I certainly have enjoyed the films, and I went into this with no specific expectations, and I rather liked it. This was released in 2005, and it's directed by Michael Morris, written by Dan Mazer and Abby Morgan, based of course on the book by Helen Fielding, and we have a cast including, of course, Renée Zellweger, we have Mila Jakovic and Casper Knopf, we also have Hugh Grant and Sally Phillips, Emma Thompson. We have a brilliant cast, of course, and I feel like maybe, and this would be a spoiler for things that happen in previous films, that's worth bearing in mind. I won't spoil what happens in this, but I will have to spoil something that happens, I guess, in between the previous film and this one, because I need to explain what happens in this one. And I did not see this coming. I did not know that this is what it was about. I didn't know this was going to happen. So it's kind of a spoiler, but it's established at the beginning of the film. And this is the fact that Bridget Jones is now a widow and single mother. I had absolutely no idea that that's what was going to happen. And honestly, as much as I think this film works, I'm heartbroken. So if I was a huge, huge fan and I had a lot of emotional investment in the characters, I probably would have been absolutely torn. So I don't necessarily think that Helen Fielding did a bad thing by killing off the character, because it does allow the series to explore new things. But at the same time, ouch, really wasn't expecting that. And the film is about Bridget Jones's life as a widow and a single mother, and also getting back into dating and what that experience is like for her. It's obviously been quite a while since she went dating, and it's an interesting enough film. I think there's a lot going on. I think there will be a lot of elements of relatability if you're in a similar situation to Bridget. Basically, anybody who's dating for the first time in a while, I think there will be aspects that are relatable. It's emotional, as one can imagine, but it's still very funny, and I think they managed to find a good balance there, and the kids are great. Her kids are really brilliant, and it does feel like a really valid continuation of Bridget Jones's story. And that's kind of why I don't hate the fact that Colin Firth was killed off, or Mark Darcy was killed off, because it's a new chapter. It's not just the same thing again and again. It does offer something a little different, and it does give us a window into what her life is like at a different stage, and I do think that that works really, really well. With regards to the specifics of the narrative, everything's fine. I wasn't too concerned about where it was going or what would ultimately happen, but there wasn't anything about it that I didn't enjoy either. So I wasn't overly emotionally invested in it, but I was just enjoying the quality writing, the well-written characters, the really good performances, the stunning locations. The locations are gorgeous. The decor in the homes are gorgeous. It's just so, so beautiful to look at. And I rather enjoyed it. I thought it was a decent film. And I won't go into any more detail than that. I don't want to give away anything else, but I enjoyed it. As I said, I'm not the world's biggest Bridget Jones fan. So if you are somebody who has seen the films many times, read the books, and have a much stronger emotional connection with the characters, you might have a very different experience, and your opinion might be very different to mine, and I would love to know what you think of it. How do you feel about it? How do you feel about the fact that she's now a single mother? I'd be very keen to find out. For me, I went in with no expectations. I wasn't looking for anything specific. I just wanted a solid, well-written film. And that's exactly what it delivered. Bridget Jones' Mad About the Boy is a really good experience. And if you've seen the other films and enjoyed them, then needless to say, this one is definitely worth watching.